And your birthday is 5 days before mine. It's September 13th, right?
Yeah.
Mine's the 18th, same year. And I'm very confused because you have your life completely together. And then there's me. And I'm only 5 days later. So I have to know what's the secret to all this success.
I don't have my life completely together. That's the thing. I don't. I definitely don't. I very much still struggle with a lot of things. So don't feel bad.
I mean, you're making us all look bad. You just were an executive producer and then starred in the same movie. Like, how am I supposed to live up to that?
I'm a,
But what was that venture like for you?
it was it was something I've always wanted to do. I think it helps that I knew from a very young age what I wanted to do. So my goals have always been like, I want to be an actor. I want to do this for a living. So that helped, obviously, because I was always fighting for the same thing. I booked Riverdale when I was 19. So having the opportunity at a pretty young age was incredibly lucky and very grateful for that. And executive producing was something I kind of naturally, I realized that I've always actually wanted to produce. I always wanted to be involved in something from start to finish and have my hand in everything and be in the loop and everything and talking about the film constantly. Like, I didn't realize that that's what that was, like, being an executive.
Yeah.
Was until I was in the position. I was like, oh yeah, this is dope. Like, this is what I've wanted to do all along. I've always
Yes.
wanted to be part of this.
Well, you were good at it because I'm obsessed with this film. But also, I just read in an article the other day, you were talking about how you wanted to play Grace, your character, and show that girls don't have to be the perfect, put together, nice smile that society expects us to be all the time. And you said that you wanted to make sure the audience knew that you don't have to be nice every day if you're going through something. And
Yeah.
I wanted to know, why was it important to play a character like that?
Well, that's just, I think, especially in young teenage love stories, the young girl or the girl that is of the love interest is always sweet, cute, maybe a little awkward, like she's trying to figure herself out, but like obviously very beautiful and put together. And
Yeah.
and I just think obviously playing someone who isn't any of those things, who is
Yeah.
not put together, who is
Yeah.
very much struggling, who is not entirely appealing, not the nicest person in the world, not very warm. Like, that's so interesting. And how Henry was still able to, he was just so drawn to her, like fascinated by this girl. And I think we're all different. We're all such complete human beings. To kind of generalize a young teenage girl in a love story as being one. Yeah, so like this movie, that's why it was special to me, is to play someone who wasn't the manic pixie dream girl.
So do you still think this is a love story?
I do think it's a love story. It is. It's a love that maybe doesn't necessarily have a happy ending, but it's still a love story, and I think it still tells the story of someone who, I think Henry very much is in love with Grace and cares about her. I think Henry's kind of taken with the idea that she'll eventually get back to that person, which is an unrealistic way of looking at life. I think people are ever evolving, ever changing, that's how it should be. I think you should be progressing and changing as a human being. And I think it just is a beautiful portrayal of young love and how caught up we get in maybe the idea of someone rather than who they are.
It consumes you every time. Well, thank you so much for talking to me, and happy early birthday. I know it's quarantine, but
You as well.
celebrate it how you can, girl.
Yeah, I appreciate it.